Euro Truck Simulator 2 time. Down low in the background, the radio. Cosmic Radio, of course. I'm using the same mod as before. When I've named my company here, I've named it so that I know what map mod I'm using. So in this particular case here, it's TSM Map 4. I've just installed a weather modification mod and haven't fully checked it out yet. I'm using this on one of my main profiles, so I hope that it's going to be okay. But I've upped the rain probability. You can go to options, game preferences. See rain probability? Increased it. Because this weather modification makes a number of changes to the weather in the game. So here we are, 9:13 in the morning. Look at the sky, look at the clouds. There has been some changes. Apparently there's different intensities of rain, what have you. And when it comes to the night time, you don't always get a full moon anymore either. So, yep, here I am. Another job taking a tractor somewhere. Can't remember where it is. Oh, I can pull up the information on here, can't I? I'm taking a 16-ton digger from Lisboa to Helmond. Got to be there Wednesday at the latest 10 past 10 in the evening, and it's currently 9:30 Tuesday morning. Okay. I'm not sure if I'll turn that up a shade. Haven't really tested the volume levels. So yes, I'm quite enjoying these modifications to the game. And like I said, with this weather mod, I haven't really had a chance to fully test it yet. But I committed myself to it. So now, with the weather changing in the game, it's a number of modifications have been made, and you can have completely clear skies, all kinds of stuff. They said something in the description about afternoon glare has been reduced a little bit, things like that. I noticed while driving before, when I drove using the vanilla game only, during the afternoons you would get quite a glare. It'd be difficult to see the road sometimes, with the sun reflecting. I think you can see the moon off in the distance there, dead ahead. Even though it's 10 o'clock in the morning. You see it's no longer a full moon, it's a new moon. Oh, that's nice to have a bit of variety. I mean, in the real world, it's not a full moon every single night. Going along a nice straight bit here. But the mods, the changes that this particular mod's made to the game, I'm quite enjoying it. It's nice to see trailers driving around that are true to real life, advertising real websites and that kind of stuff, you know. I really like the external view. It's just difficult to drive with it. The other options are top-down view like this, then you can't tell when you're approaching a sharp bend. Riding on the top of the Michelin Men. is looking behind. Well, don't want to be in this lane, do I? So let's turn it up and down. Forget the speeding offence. Clouds look quite realistic now at the minute. Clouds off in the distance. I'm going to try and experiment here, but I'm not quite sure what this button does. That's okay, don't do anything. Braking for. Speeding! Can't go as fast as I damn like. Yeah. Like, yeah. Didn't crash there anyway, so I don't know what the hell they're talking about, but the most annoying feature of this game, the AI drivers. Oh, they have me tearing my hair out sometimes. So I said I want to check out the rain effects with this weather modification I've got installed. Whenever that will be, I don't know. I've upped the rain probability. I might have a go at increasing it a bit more, actually. So, or I may have to take on a job somewhere back to the UK. I think you'd be pretty much guaranteed that it's going to rain then. Rather than driving across Spain or wherever I am at the moment. Mind you, they do get some rain down in Spain. They get some pretty big thunderstorms sometimes. Wonder if I'm driving into one now. That sky looks a bit threatening down there. Now, the sky's still bright and the sun's still out where I am. What's this guy doing here? He's overtaking on the inside of the sky on the outside. That's not the way it's supposed to be, is it? Or am I thinking in UK terms? We've got things that way round. guess the middle lane is the fast lane. Yeah. Now, up on the older YouTube page, I've recently put up a brief one on there called My iTunes Rant, where I didn't even speak into the microphone because I forgot to plug my microphone in. And, yeah, to reiterate, the later versions of, I used to use iTunes, earlier versions of iTunes, when you go into the wish list, because what I used to like to do was browse through some albums store, pick out individual tracks that stood out to me that I wanted. So I would go through a number of different albums picking out tracks to buy, and then I'd go to the wish list and there was a buy all button there, and there was just one transaction and you'd buy all the tracks and download them to your computer. In the later versions of iTunes, somebody has made the wonderful decision of removing that buy all button. So now you've got to buy all the tracks in your wish list, you've got to buy them in individual transactions for every single one. And from my experience, personally, going back years, I don't know if the same thing will happen now, but possibly, but I've got memories of buying a whole bunch of tracks on iTunes one night, and it was a whole lot of small transactions for a number of tracks that I bought all at once, and they all showed up as individual transactions, and then my bank flagged it up as suspicious activity, and then they blocked my card, and I had to go through a very long, drawn out, painful procedure to get the card unblocked again. So I don't think it's a good idea for them to remove the buy all button from the wish list, because it was extremely handy. So that was what that rant was about. Whoa! Have a nice trip, passengers. Hey look, the coach just righted itself. I saw that other vehicle going round the bend extremely fast. Oh, that's interesting. Gonna get out of there. And I tried following it. Damage. 3% damage to the truck, 1% damage to the trailer. Well, that's nowhere near as bad as I was expecting it to be. I've seen lots of interesting things playing with this mod, spoiler alert and what have you, but I came across a UFO the other day whilst driving along. I've encountered not only pedestrians just walking around like they do in the vanilla game, I've seen somebody on a bicycle, and I think it was one of the towns in France I was driving through, zebra crossing. There was a female pedestrian with a pushchair going across the zebra crossing, and then I encountered another truck which actually ran somebody over on a zebra crossing, except the truck just went straight through them and didn't collide with them. All kinds of interesting stuff. Euro Truck Simulator 2. Another coach on the bend. It's always coaches. Well, it doesn't look like I'm going to see the rain effects anytime soon.
Cosmic Music, 24/7 on CosmicRadio.com.
Look what's printed on this truck here. Oh, it's just a car. Well, I guess it's time to have a bit of a refuel. A bit of a dilemma here. It's coming to the time of day of sunset, which I really would like to see now that I'm running this weather modification. But I think I'm getting close to having to rest as well, so I won't rest until I have to. I don't have to rest for another 3.5 hours yet. Should be enough time to see the sunset.
This good man from Japan was right. The success of freedom in Iraq to fight and destroy, to help bring peace to Iraq. We pray for the comfort of their families. We will not fail the Iraqi people. Zarqawi's getting the idea.
Wow. I think the sunsets are even more spectacular. Oh no. I was too busy admiring the sunset. I missed my turn. You son of a... Okay, I'll just drive down here and turn. Just let's take the long road. Wow, look at that. The sun shafts coming through the trees. Red sunset. Red sky at night, shepherd's delight. Oh darn, can't quite finish the job. I'm really digging this sunset. I don't want to stop and rest right now. But I'm getting tired. Well, my truck guy would just have to drink a strong cup of coffee and keep himself awake for a little bit longer. See, I must rest by 35 minutes. It's still an hour and 56 minutes to my destination. Arrgh. Look, sunbeams. Here it comes, there it is. There's sunset. Wow, it's been improved. Very nice. I'm gonna have to stop at this park station. Got no choice, really. Yeah, I've only got 8 minutes before I start getting fined for refusing to sleep. La 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 la. I'll take one last look at the park up. One last look at the sunset before I rest. Look at that. It's one hell of a sunset, folks. I now rest, and by the time I wake up, it will be, I don't know what time it will be. Oh, coming up towards dawn again. I didn't crash. Okay. Not far to my destination now, actually. My destination was Lisboa. Ah, right, okay. Then it looks like I'm in Portugal then. Oh, I've got to turn here. Now, see the moon. It is not a full moon. Sunrise is fast approaching. So is the end of my journey fast approaching too. Holman is my destination. Gotta have a look at the sunrise before I Now even I should be able to park this trailer properly from here. Well, question is out, I've got it level or not. Sunrise, well, it's not quite there yet, but not that easy. Got it. Ah, sunrise. Sunrise. Just moments away, really. I'll sit here and wait for the sun to come up. Hang on a minute. Shadows are already being cast. If you look at the floor. But the sun's not quite up yet. When does the sun come up here? I reckon about 6 AM and it's 5:54 right now. You can see the sunbeams off in the distance from the approaching sun. The street lamps are still on. So I'm just going to sit here, get this, tuck into my ham sandwich, and drink my flask, waiting for the sunrise.
CBS News, I'm Bill Whitney.
Ah,
The staunchest
news.
U.S. ally will not be joining any military strikes in Syria. The British House of Commons has voted not to endorse military action, and Prime Minister David Cameron accepted the result. It's a major blow to President Obama.
It's a remarkable setback for the president. It's going to be much more difficult to conduct military strikes now in the wake of the United Kingdom vote.
Joseph Cirincione of the Plowshares Fund. The Obama administration indicates it will act on its own if necessary.
I'm Dan Raviv in Washington. After the briefing for key senators and House members, one Senate aide told CBS News that the White House officials made clear that the administration is focusing on how to prevent Syria's President Assad from using chemical weapons again. The president is trying to figure out the best way to do that and seeking as much international support as possible, but the president won't let that dictate what U.S. policy will be.
A senior administration official says declassified intelligence on Syria's use of chemical weapons will be made public tomorrow. The situation in the Mideast has put upward pressure on crude oil prices, and gasoline is going up too. AAA says the national average rose nearly 2 cents today, the biggest one-day jump in 6 weeks. But Tom Kloza of the Oil Price Information Service says it won't last long.
I think what you'll see is maybe gasoline prices hold on a little bit longer, but we're anticipating that mostly downdrafts are going to be seen on gasoline in the fall and the winter.
The National Football League has agreed to settle a lawsuit over brain injuries.
We've reached an extraordinary agreement that will provide immediate care and support to retired NFL players and their families.
Christopher Seeger is an attorney for the plaintiffs.
Under the agreement, which we still need to have approved by Judge Anita Brody, the NFL and NFL properties will contribute $760 million to provide medical benefits and injury compensation for more than 18,000 former professional football players.
The league will also put money into medical research. The Justice Department says it will not interfere in Colorado and Washington State, where sales of recreational marijuana have been legalized. Washington Governor Jay Inslee.
This is a very carefully calibrated and very common sense approach by the federal government to really respect something that has been successful for many years in our country, which is to allow states to be the laboratories of democracy.
Justice officials say they'll focus limited resources on specific offenses such as distribution to minors, and will leave pot smokers, growers, and sellers alone as long as they abide by state laws. The Commerce Department says the economy grew in the second quarter at an annual rate of 2.5%. That's much stronger than estimated earlier and more than double the growth rate in the first quarter of this year. The Dow 16 points higher, it closed at 14,840. The Nasdaq up 26 points to 3620. This is CBS News.
And now the weather forecast. Well, it's one hell of a sunrise. Well, excellent. End of the journey. Engine off. One last look at this magnificent sunrise here. And I will complete my delivery and see you next time. Yes, I definitely think I will keep this weather mod in Euro Truck Simulator 2.